Hello!
Hi, and welcome to Wolf Farms. I'm Dawn, also known as Knittin' Wolf.
And I'm James, also known as Wolf Photo. We want to welcome new viewers. Why are you laughing?
Because I'm hearing you go, Wolf Photo.
Hi, welcome to our podcast. For those new viewers, thanks for stopping by. And we want to thank the returning viewers for coming back and bearing with us. This podcast is brought to you by Wolf Farms. You can find us on the internet at wolffarms.net. We're coming up on a new month, and so we have a new scent of the month in the shop. And for the fall harvest time, we are bringing out candy corn. And guess whose idea that was? So candy corn, we have actually just added to the shop. We had the candy corn soap, but we added candy corn bath salts, lotions, candles. We had the lip balm, of course. We had that first. And so that's all 25% off for the month of October. And so swing on by. We have other things on sale, so you can check that out. But yeah, just in time for fall harvest time. So yeah, see if Dawn will let that out of the store, protect it. She zero it out so we have a full stock for her. So.
Well, I had a candy corn fiasco last weekend, so...
Yeah, overdoing it on the candy corns and...
Yeah, the bag... I didn't see that it said all the allergens.
No. Yeah.
Yeah, it was quite obvious
Yeah, you can handle so much, only so much, and then after you get to that point, and then everything is just, so... Or was that a new bag?
It was a new bag, and I only had 4.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was bad.
So there you go. Yeah, you really have to pay attention to the
packaging. So I'm more into this kind of candy corn right now.
Well, all the best. You can have the lip balm, and that lasts for a long time. See, all the wonderful flavor without the calories.
Yeah.
So. But yeah, so that's what's happening for October. I'm sure you guys will enjoy it.
Yep. And if you don't, I will. So farm happenings.
Farm happenings. Does that mean? Is that you?
Well,
a little bit of both. I don't know. Did we talk about the goats already? About looking at the goats?
We mentioned going last week. That's why we recorded late.
Yeah. Well, we looked at Angora goats, and I think we've come to the decision that we will be adding some new animals to the farm, even though there's the no new animals rule. You know how that. If you've been watching long enough, you know how well that rule works.
That, and we haven't decided yet how many of them.
So, yeah, the rules are meant to be broken. That's what they say. So, but yeah, so we will probably be getting a couple of those. So I've been preparing an area for the goats. This is actually, I had started when I did Randy's area. I assuming we're going to end up with more. So I had started the process of fencing off another section for whichever animals they are, and they just happen to be goats that are coming. So I've got that all fenced up. I just have to weld up a new gate for it, get that all done and in place so that.
And what's good, they get along with other kinds of goats.
So we're not limited.
Like a milking goat.
Yeah, they can party it up out on the farm.
I gotta try it though.
Yeah, well, it's pretty.
But we did, I did wash up the hair just a wee little bit last week, and I wanted to show you just the curl. I haven't combed this yet. Look at the crimp in this. It is just amazing. Yeah. But it's so funny. I don't know why this reminds me of my great-grandma.
See, I was going to start the podcast with my mohair beard, but freaking Dawn out.
It's like...
Yeah, it's really, look at that
really
crimpy.
Cool. So pretty and soft, and this was I used Dawn dish soap, soaked it in that once, rinsed it. Did I twice? I did it twice.
Yeah, I think you did 2.
Yeah, but yeah, and this is it's just so soft and pretty.
Yeah, can't wait to see how that spins up. Yeah, when you get what you have on your wheel finished off, or at least to the point where you can.
I haven't even touched my wheel in a long time.
It looks so lonely over there. You've been doing socks. You've been a sockaholic here lately.
Yeah,
You just,
socks and just knitting. I'm trying to finish all the things.
Yeah, you have a backlog, huh?
Yeah, I do. And then October 1st starts a whole crap ton. I couldn't think of it.
Remember, knitting is fun. Don't stress. See, you should relax.
So, but the goat people, they don't get back from vacation for over another week.
Yeah,
so.
they have another week and a half before they get back, and once they get back, then we'll meet up with them and figure out which ones we're going to actually get. Because we've been looking around, and there's not a lot of Angora goats around in the area. And so we're concerned that if we do decide to go the route of actually breeding them, that we'd have a difficult time finding. So we're considering maybe getting
See, I was thinking the other way.
What do you mean?
That more people would want to buy them because there's not any around.
I'm talking about us buying them.
Getting more.
She never listens to me.
I'm not listening.
She has to watch the podcast back so she actually hears what I say.
Smart aleck.
So we're considering actually buying a couple females and then a male, but we have to watch the bloodlines, make sure that we're not crossing those over and get three-eyed goats or something. You never know what you're going to get on wolf farms. Yeah, so and then I guess is that it for the goats?
Yeah, you planted a tree.
Yeah, I put a tree out. I'm starting to turn the lake, pond, mud hole, whatever you want to call it, into trying to work towards the garden-esque thing. So the park setting.
Yeah.
So I actually planted a tree over by the one area that we're not going to move at all. It's like in the right corner, we're going to like dig out and expand it to the west and to the south. And so on the east, what's wrong?
Because you were playing with your goat beard, and now I keep seeing little fuzzies. I didn't want to get them in your ear. In your ear.
In my ear.
In your eye.
Yeah. Time to trim the old ear hairs. So I planted a tree there. I want to get that started, and I want to start working on maybe putting some grass out there. But I got to kind of figure out size-wise how big we're going to go. So right now it's actually the expansion I did here a couple weeks ago. The ducks have been out there pretty much full-time during the day. We've actually had them out, and they go out there and play. And the geese, they have enough room to swim around and get all
Well, and even the other day, Sadie, our rescue dog, I mean, she just full board right into it, and this is so much deeper, so all you saw is like the top of her, barely her ears, and she was a mess. Yeah, she had to get cleaned.
Yeah, she usually does when she goes outside. She likes water. Mm-hmm. She's like Jimmy. Jimmy likes water. Yeah. If there's a puddle, pond, or whatever, Jimmy's playing in it. Mm-hmm. At least he was when he was younger. Nowadays, not so much.
If he's outside, yeah.
You know, he likes water, just like our dog. Yeah, see,
something good happened to you this week.
Yes, it did. We're recording early. No. We're actually recording early today because I've got to go somewhere for work. So
That's not what I was talking about.
I know what you're talking about. Well, I'm not getting there yet, but yeah. So we're actually doing it. You'll be having a whole extra day ahead of time for wolf farms because I'll be heading up to Fresno. So, and you.
Yeah.
So we'll gotta do that. But yeah, I did. A couple weeks ago, I had an interview, a promotional opportunity at my other job that's not farm related, and
your real job.
Well, they're both real. This is wolf farms, more physical, and the other job more mental. So I gotta think more over there. But I had a promotional opportunity I interviewed for a couple weeks ago, and found out this week that I got the job. So yeah, so. That's kind of nice, new set of challenges, and I gotta wrap up all my projects I was working on before, and my old boss is kind of stressing because now she's got to figure out someone new to hire for that. But yeah, so I got a whole...
So, yeah, next week you'll be celebrating with ice cream.
Yeah, the tradition at work is when you promote or they do something new, you have to buy ice cream for everyone. And so what they do is they buy the big, like 31 flavor, 5-gallon buckets of ice cream. So, you know.
For each floor.
Well, I don't know that. That's what I got to figure out. I don't have the detail. I promote, and then I go out. I'm going to be out of town for a couple days. So I gotta love that. So, but yeah, when I get back, then I got to figure out who to arrange with to get that. But yeah, it's.
Well,
I don't know where
funny that the fire chief even reminded you. Oh, now you got to go get ice cream.
Oh yeah. So yeah. So I have to go and buy ice cream. That's a tradition. I don't know where it came from, but each section has their own way, and this is how. So it is going to be Rocky Road and
butter pecan.
Butter pecan. So that's what I'm told. I don't have a lot of say in this. I'm being told what I'm supposed to do, but that's okay. It's all good, you know. And then I'll probably end up having to figure out who's going to be working under me now because things
reorg.
Yeah, we're in reorg. So, anyways, not related to wolf farms at all. So I apologize for the sidetrack there, but so
it's your squeal.
That's my squeal.
Like a pig.
Yeah, it's a little bit early, but yeah, that was my squeal like a pig. So I was a little anxious over that because, you know, they took a long time because someone was sitting on the paperwork, basically, and so it took longer to get through. So anyway, so yeah, so I got a promotion. So.
Had to be the James Bond pose.
Yeah, it was the James Bond pose. That's what it was.
So, should we go in the coop?
Sure. Let's go in the coop. You're not following the notes at all, so.
Yes, we just did farm happenings.
Yeah.
Now I'm going into the coop.
We just had a whole section on Squeal Like a Pig early.
Oh, wow. I'm not ready for that yet.
In 3D.
Oh my God, you did it.
I was practicing that before we turned the on button on, so I had to stick it in there somewhere because we're.
Did you test your blood?
Yes, I'm fine.
Oh God.
You got see. This is what happens. This is why we don't record on Saturday. I'm even worse on a Saturday than I would. I'm more, you know.
Well, you just got home from playing.
Yeah, I'm playing
Garage
Saturday.
selling.
Yeah, hunting the bargains.
Yeah.
Having fun. Going getting breakfast. That's my Saturday. So I can take a nap right now. I'm good.
You are a great little turd.
Hey, this is why we don't record on Saturday. Okay, what's in your coop?
In my coop.
I see your coop is overflowing over there. So what you got going with your coop?
In my coop, I have the My Hope, and I'm right in the middle because the movie I was watching this morning was still going, so I thought I would grab this. This is Laura Linneman's pattern, and the yarn is the fiber seed called Birthday Bougainvillea, and this was a gift from Kimberly Sock Bunny of the Sock Bunny Knit and Fit podcast, which I balled over this morning, and it's in my donkey bag with my little donkey from Sherry.
I'm not going to say nothing. I have to edit it out.
Yeah, I know. You just behave.
I am behaving.
So, this is going to be a little hard to show you. This is on size 5 Hayahayas. Hayahayas rock. They're awesome.
Oh, that's right, because you're halfway through a row on that, aren't you?
Yeah. So, I'm just going to... I did another repeat of the Indian cross stitch. And then I'm starting on the stockinette. It's not stockinette. Jeez Louise. Garter stitch. So, yeah, it's pretty. It's fun.
I like the way that turned out better with the new style here with the Indian cross stitch there.
It's not wormy.
Yeah, it looks much more.
But yeah, I'm glad I
organized.
frogged it, and I did quite a bit, even though what I was focusing on is in the finished objects. So, yeah, it's quite a bit.
Oh, yeah, you did do quite a bit.
Mm-hmm. Isn't that pretty? Mm-hmm. This will be good on the dry because it's just garter stitch. Because I is a knitter. I really is. So.
Yeah, we can't distract you with all the scenic.
Yeah, and I'm like piling projects, you know, because October 1st I can, let's see where I bit my lip, I keep getting it hung. I'm piling projects, like, because I don't want to run out.
I don't think you're going to run out.
I know, because there's stores there in Michelle and
Yeah,
Brooke.
you get your
oh, I got to
yarn.
take you to this store, so.
Yeah.
So there's that, and then in my slip stitch studio, that was bird leg bags, if you didn't know. This is in slip stitch. And this is my Vampire Kiss, which is Vampire Kisses on the Bounce Space Fiber Nymph. This is a very old project, and I don't know why I'm signing.
You want to do old. This is old. See, that's what happens when you get goats. You start getting nutty like that. I'm going to sidetrack you. All podcasts, so hold on to your seats.
Or hold on to your treadmill, huh, little hiker? Yeah.
It's a roller coaster ride here on the farm.
Yeehaw! That's
Oh
what
wait,
that
no,
means.
it's the farm wagon, the hay wagon ride.
So, I did a little bit on this. I did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
They're knitting so uniform.
Uniform?
Uniform? Yeah, your stitches. All your stitches are all really nice.
Thank you, honey.
Oh,
That's good of you to notice.
yeah, it looks very nice.
This, I've got to say, this is such awesome yarn because on some stripy yarns I've had it do like a jog.
Yeah, an abrupt change. It
Yeah.
seemed like she tapers
Look
the...
at Lisa's dyeing. It's like perfect. There's like, I can't see that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 rows exactly. I mean, and it is spot on. I mean, it is perfectly 8 rows. I mean, it's just like, wow. See, I've got my waist yarn in too for my afterthought feel. So I did quite a bit.
Yeah, she must stagger when she dyes the blend over a longer period so that it's not so noticeable when you're transitioning from one color to the next. And then that way it looks like you have, it's not
Unless
giving
I
you that...
actually got the correct gauge for how she not computered.
No, but as you go around, if you abruptly change from one color to the next, it's gonna make that step. It seems like from what I saw where the changes, she actually makes it more gradual.
Yeah.
So whatever
I
she
really
does,
like
it's
that.
It's
It's like, wow. It makes it look like I'm really doing it right.
Yeah. Good job.
Yay, Lisa. And that's on my signatures. Super pointy yowie.
Double points.
Double points.
Use medical tape.
Yep. That medical tape is awesome.
Yeah. First aid tape, whatever they call it.
Yeah.
See, you put it on before you
Latex-free.
skewer yourself, and it does a
Latex-free.
good job.
Yep.
Don't wait till after you poke a hole in
Well,
your
I've
hand.
even been putting a big piece right here because these are like 5-inch needles.
Those are shorter than your normal
and they
ones.
poke me right here. So I put that, and you can actually see the line. So yeah, that stuff works wonders. So, and then Jimmy had stolen this out of my bag the other day. If you're traveling at night and still need to knit,
Get a reading light.
yeah, they have these little reading lights at Walmart for what, $1.99?
I think they're less. It's either $1 or $2. It's not a lot.
Either $1 or $2. Perfect, because you can, you could clip it onto your shirt or. You can stick it somewhere, and it's like the perfect little bit of light.
Yeah, or on your visor or something,
Yeah.
or door. But it doesn't. It shines enough so you can see knitting.
Well,
But
because
doesn't
I thought
distract
of this
me.
when we went to Montana. So yeah, so I always carry one of these just in case for
And
those
if
knitting
not-
emergencies.
Yeah, and if not, there's probably a Walmart nearby. We can swing in and pick one up for $1 or $2.
I think we find the WalMarts wherever we're going.
Yeah, that's kind of a habit. Wherever we go, we have to check out the Walmart in the local town. Oh, in my coop.
What's in your coop?
What's in my coop? In my, whose bag is this?
The silver pumpkin.
Silver pumpkin chicken bag. I'm doing Grandma's favorite bikini. Grandma's getting bigger though, so I mean I'm gonna have to control my knitting here.
You're gonna make the granny panties
Yeah,
now.
that's what I said. Yeah. So actually, I did make a concerted effort to put in some time with this because I've been lax in my knitting. I didn't get whole far.
Whole far. Boy, you've been hanging out with me too much.
Yeah, I didn't get very far on this compared to my co-host here, who's just cranking out things right and left. But I did make some headway on this, and Grandma's favorite bikini. And this will actually, I'm altering Grandma's favorite bikini to make it a blanket, so it'll just be. But
I just keep getting these awful
Yeah,
pictures.
I
Which
know.
granny you putting that on?
Yeah, well, actually, it's Grandma's favorite dishcloth, and
Yeah.
it's modified. It's going to be a preemie blanket when I get done with it. I know some people have suggested Dawn help, but I do want to actually do this
That
all
was a
myself.
neat idea, wasn't it, Tennessee
Yeah,
Dawn?
yeah.
That we would both work on it,
But I do like the challenge of doing, you know,
You'll get
it's
it done.
actually it's a really easy knit. The problem is this yarn. I do not like this yarn. I am a yarn snob, and I am new at knitting, but I am a yarn snob because good yarn knits so much easier than this stuff because it's got a silvery thread in there, and that tends to it just doesn't stay with the yarn, and so yeah, I would sit there and knit, and I have to pay more attention than I'd like to make sure that
I hear him. You know, I already switched you from other yarn.
Yeah, I'm a yarn snob.
And,
I
and
admit
a needle
it.
snob.
Yeah, I'm going to have to go. Well, yeah, of course. I have to go to Yarnaholics Anonymous. Huh?
Yeah.
I'm a yarn snob. None of that single malt yarn. I want the good stuff. See what happens. Just say no to Saturday recording. So. But yeah, so that's I did make some headway. Not a whole lot, and I probably won't have this done by the 14th, which is the deadline. But I will get it done, and we will send this off because there's always a need for the preemie blankets. That's that is just something that is a need that never goes away. Because there's always preemies being born, and there's always a need to kind of help them out because they have this.
Well, what was the statistic that I had found when we first started mentioning it? Was it over 1 million a year?
I don't.
It was
remember.
high.
There's
Yeah.
it's not an uncommon thing, and so there's always a need for them, and so even if I don't get done in time to win prizes, it's going to get done and it'll get shipped off so that someone will be able to use it. So
and I'm sure Knit a Little Michelle. Even if you would like to do more blankets after this, you have her address where you've sent the blanket. I'm sure she would love to receive, a blanket in the mail, and because her knitting group will still be doing this. And
yeah, they have. It sounds like they have a very big need right there in. Is it El Paso?
El Paso,
Yeah.
very good. Free Stitches podcast, and I thought I would go ahead and show a picture. I think I've already shown this one, but not everybody watches this every week. It's time consuming, and so I thought I'd show you what a preemie looks like. This is what you're knitting for. And they're so itty bitty. This is actually Farmer Jim. And you can see, all the contraptions they have. So even if you do the preemie hats or, the blankets, it's going to, and I know there was one that, she didn't like how her blanket came. I'm not going to say her name, and y'all want to call her out. But it's gorgeous, and I told her, I go, just think the smile on the parent's face and putting that's the precious bundle.
It's okay.
So
So yeah, so that's like I said. There's always a need. So if even if you don't get done by the 14th, like I probably won't, there's still a need. So
And
do it for the babies. Don't do it for the prizes. I mean, the prizes are kind of extra incentive, but it really, you're doing it for the preemies and just to help get them through that real difficult stage to where they can get past the critical area and into growing up and get into being a baby, because there's just definite the first couple weeks to months are the challenging ones to make sure that they're healthy and stay healthy, and so every little bit helps.
And we had prizes from donated, besides us and besides 3 stitches. Face, the Silver Pumpkin, donated one of her small bags. This is not it. You're gonna get to pick. Ginger Rose, Absolute Wonder, has donated a bag out of her shop. Bird Leg Bags, Miss Vicky donated this medium size adorable bag. So those are some extra. I thought, what's in there? Some extra prizes to. But this is something that the parents are going to keep and treasure forever. I have every single preemie thing of Jimmy's, because when he was a preemie 15 years ago, they didn't have preemie clothes. They didn't have preemie diapers, and it was hard. Finally, Kids R Us actually got some in because we're like, we need some preemie clothes. Yeah. And so they started having a little bit, but I still have every single little, because I'm a pack rat.
Yes, you are. I can attest to that, by the way.
Yeah. So this falls on into my Flown the Coop, and this is what I've been working on all week, and doing so much really gets my wrist, but I was bound and determined to get this done this week.
Red hair.
So I finished a preemie blanket, and I left the Dicky-Doo in so you could see there's a lot there. And I didn't put an edging on it, which I have always done. I don't know why. I'm like, this is definitely for a boy, and I didn't want the
too frilly, the scalloped
edge, because that really makes it look more girly. So yep. This will be going out next week, and get that to Michelle. Knit a little. So yep, it's the same yarn you used, Bernat baby coordinates, and it's super soft, and
I've never said the yarn wasn't soft. I just don't like knitting with it. I know.
So that was my
Flown the Coop. Anything else flown the coop?
No.
Okay. Well.
So to market, Amy. Seeing if her last name was on here. I didn't want to screw it up. It's Spindler. Yes. Teeny tiny, way down there. That almost makes me need glasses, Amy. Of the stockinette zombie is going to be having a We Belong. That's so much fun to say. Wally. And so I bought her pattern yesterday. The Weeb the zombie dude. See, I always think Weeble wobble so they won't fall down. So, yep, it's a cute pattern. That'll be fun. That'll definitely go on the mantle.
The mantle?
Or the hearth area.
Yeah, we have a collection of knitted toys.
Yeah, and that's definitely going to be hand spun, I think.
You think?
So far.
Maybe you make it out of mohair.
A mohair weeb, yeah. No, we'll put a beard on him. We'll have the old man weeb.
Turkey beards?
So, squeal like a
Oh.
What's your problem?
I thought that was to market, and then I thought you were jumping over things, but it'd help if I read the actual notes. If she actually followed them, I probably would, but she never does.
Have I not been following?
You've been doing pretty good, other than the Squeal Like a Pig. You kind of stuck mine way up at the beginning.
Because that's not even on there, is it?
I know, that's my point exactly.
Anyways, you went to market for this.
Yes, I did.
So, to market. Now squeal like a pig. The Avengers! Yay!
Yeah, that was... we went to the movies to see that. That was actually really good.
Mm-hmm. Really, I think it's one of the best of the comic ones.
Yeah, well, what's nice, I'm sure if those that have seen it know, that they kept the characters all the same, except for the Hulk. The Hulk is the only one that's different.
I like him better, though.
Oh, yeah? You like Mark Ruffalo?
Well, yeah, I like Mark Ruffalo.
But it was good that they kept all the same members from the individual movies in for the Avengers, which was, helps it, and it was just done very well. So.
Oh, I did forget something on To Market.
Yes, you did, I know.
Well, why didn't you point to it?
Because I thought that was Squeal Like a Pig, because I surprised you with that.
No, I'm fine.
Oh.
This is another Squeal Like a Pig and To Market. When was it? The other day? Big old honking box.
That was Thursday.
I've shown my jelly beans before. Mm-hmm. And I even got Melanie Mad 79 addicted to them.
Good stuff.
These are Harvest Mix jelly beans.
Yeah, by Gimbals.
By Gimbals.
And they advertise because they don't use anything that tends to be allergens. They
have the list here. No peanut, no tree nut, no dairy, no egg, no gluten, no gelatin, no soy.
No trans fat. Made with real fruit juice. Real, hearty jelly beans.
Yeah, no fruit.
So you don't have issues with that. And so they had the Harvest Mix out, and that's kind of a limited edition.
So it's roasted marshmallow, harvest spice, peach cobbler, goblin punch, red delicious, harvest berry, and pumpkin pie.
Jimmy's been loving those.
Yeah, he just scarfed the whole bag.
Yeah. But, yep, so...
he leaves the harvest spice because he don't like that one. So we got all these orange and the marshmallow.
Well, those blend together.
I like those ones together, yeah.
So I surprised you with that.
And then, right before we recorded, the mailman came. So James tootled on out there. How'd you like that? He tootled. And I think Heather had Katie fly this out because I just got this Wednesday night ordered. From Maine. Clear to California. California. How'd you like that? California.
Well, we've sent packages from us out to the other coast.
That's us. I'm not talking.
But no, like I said, it seemed like it takes longer for us to mail it down the street than it was to get all the way over to Maine sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
to my mom and dad or something. It takes 3 or 4 days.
It's pretty crazy. But yeah, if we send it out to the East Coast, it goes pretty quick.
So this is... I'm just waiting for you to...
Shut up. See, you hear her saying it in her head, huh?
And this is Heather Boutros Babe. Also the Fiberista Files. Miss Enabler. And what's funny is she plurked the shop update. Well, I just saw shop update, so I just went to her shop. Because you have to look. And I saw this. And then I bought it. You got right home and I'm like, oh, I really need this. And you go, oh, buy it. And so I bought it.
Yes, you did.
Because it's called cockerel. And cockerels are roosters. And she saw a picture in the yellow, gray, red, blue.
Yeah.
So pretty. So then I went back to Plurk because I was going to say, ooh, woohoo, I got it. And she had actually earbird me on Plurk, Oh, knitting wolf. But it's so funny because I bought it before I even saw it. So, yeah, these will have to be some cock socks. I mean, that's just too perfect. I was thinking the trillion, haha, because roosters make this little trilly sound when they're eating. So, you know how I gotta match things. But then I just started laughing because cockerel.
Cock socks.
Yeah, cock socks. Shame on me.
Yeah, I know.
Naughty.
So bad.
Because I was going to sing. I'm being Have today.
You're being Have?
I'm being Have.
Yeah, we're not doing the musical this go around, huh?
No.
No?
So now...
Now? What's next?
Are picking on the farm.
Oh. See what I have to put up with? See this? All right. Last week I had talked about portraiture photography and things to consider, and I thought I would kind of give you some tips on dealing with more than one person because it's a little bit change to what you have to do. For 2 people or 3 people photography, you still want to focus on the eyes and do kind of all of the tips I've given before. So I'll cover that really quick. And then I'm also going to kind of cover group photography because we're heading into the holiday season, and this is when families get together, and everybody does. Grabbing my needles here. Everybody does the group pictures as families get together. So I thought I'd give some tips that will hopefully help you out when you have your family over and you're trying to get everybody bunched up. Or
even with people going to these fiber festivals and trying to do group pictures. I'm tying it
into the knitting side of things. But yeah, so there's some tips that you can try and use to at least capture the moment and do it well. But for any portrait photography, when you're dealing with one or, a smaller group, consider the background. You always want to keep that in mind, that you want to try and distance the people from the background and blur that out. And if you have control over your camera, you can do that through the f-stop setting, your aperture setting. And if you have it wide open, what's behind and in front of the people that you're focusing on will blur more than if you had it stopped down. So hopefully this makes sense. I kind of talked about aperture on one of the prior knitting on the farms. But yeah, so you want to keep them separate from the background that's not distracting so that the focus is on the people. When you're dealing with multiple people, posing them is going to be a consideration, and so you want to put them into an eye-pleasing posture, and usually you'll have kind of the asymmetrical setup, so you'll have someone being taking up more of the frame than the other. If you're getting into 3 people, it's still kind of the triangle setup that you want to make sure you do. Consider the lighting too, that you have enough lighting on the subject, but watch shadows. When you get into more than one person, you have to consider the shadows because light, where your light's coming from, could actually throw shadows if you have people in front and behind or otherwise, and so that may not be visible until after you take the picture. So consider, watching where the shadows fall, make sure there's enough separation between the people and where the light's coming from so that they're fully illuminated so that they fill up the frame and are fully, illuminated for the picture. So those are kind of the things that you want to do. For the smaller groups, you can also use the conversation technique to make them more relaxed when you're taking the picture, because you want to, like I said, like I mentioned last week, if you say cheese, everybody looks really tense. It's an unnatural smile. It makes everybody's face muscles, because they're stopped, and you kind of pause, and it just looks very,
constipated.
Yes, unnaturally,
Stick up the butt.
Yeah. So, but you could have a conversation with, 3 or 4 people, and get them talking and relax, and you can kind of, count down and stuff. I wouldn't say cheese, but people will naturally smile, but just try and keep them more relaxed, and it makes the face look better when you're doing portraiture. If the more relaxed they are, it just comes across through the picture better that way. When you deal with a large group, generally you're talking outdoors. When you take an outdoor picture with a large group of people, one of the challenging things is getting enough light on the people, the distance from there. You want the light coming from behind you when you're taking the picture, but you don't want everybody squinting. Because if you get them out in the sun and everybody looks like they're closing their eyes. So if you have a shaded area that you can take them to, where you can put them under the shaded area, but still have the light kind of coming from that direction, it will act actually as a soft light and diffuse, and you'll get a better illumination across the group picture. But try and have the light coming from behind you, and just that way you'll have your subjects illuminated better. And the more people you have, the more challenging it gets to get everybody kind of looking and smiling and paying attention when you're taking the picture. But this is kind of where you're being the director, and so you kind of have to give them, okay, this is what I want you to do, and hopefully everybody's listening. Kids tend to be a little harder to deal with the group.
Focus,
yeah. So you have to kind of make it entertaining for everybody while they're all standing. It takes a lot longer when you have a big group to get everybody together and kind of focus, but like I said, you have to kind of more be the director. This is what I want you to do, and kind of take charge and get them focused and take a lot of pictures, because you're going to find that one is never enough. And even in any of the portrait, if you're shoot probably twice as many as you think you'll need, and you'll get a lot more choice. And because there's always going to be that odd, someone's got their eye half closed when the flash is going off. One thing I did want to mention, that in lighting on any of the portraits, the lighting should not be from the flash on the camera, because that will actually give no real depth to the image, the person's face. It'll make them look really washed out. So if you can use natural lighting from the window, that is actually ideal for portrait photography. And like I said, if you've got some poster board to kind of kick fill light back in, that helps to kind of even out the lighting. But the flash is the worst thing for portrait photography from the camera. I mean,
what's that one you put over our heads?
What? What are you talking about? I'm trying to do this for the average person. But if you have more advanced, if you actually have studio lighting, there's different lighting setups you can do. And I have what they call a soft box, which does diffuse lighting. I use 2 of those, one on each side of the person, and one is stronger than the other, so that you get kind of a brighter side and a shadow side. Plus I use a hair light, so the third light kicks up some, like a halo effect on the hairs. But that's more on the professional side. Most people don't have this type of thing.
The production. Our Christmas picture every year.
You asked for it. It looks so nice though when it's done, doesn't it?
Does.
Yeah. So, but for the average person, taking a window light is an excellent light source. Like I said, I've said that for taking pictures of your knits, taking pictures of people. It is a really good light source, because it's diffused, it's soft, it really fills in well. The only challenge is sometimes it's not bright enough to have a fast enough shutter speed to not get blur. So you have to, kind of work with the lower light settings if you don't have like strobe set up. But those are things to consider for not only the individual, like I talked about last week, but small group and large group pictures so that hopefully you can keep these things in mind when you got your family out there and and you're trying to get a big picture of the the once a year get together at Thanksgiving or Christmas. You pile them all up, take charge, or if you have a hard time getting it, find the person in your family that has the biggest mouth and have them direct. If people listen, to get them to stand behind you and say, okay, and they can be the director. But
that and all this needs to be on a timer on a tripod because you need to be in the picture.
Well, it's funny. If you look at our pictures, about 1 or 2% of the time, I'm actually in them. The joys of being the photographer is I'm almost never in the pictures itself. So, unless I have a timer. So. Yeah. And if you do have a timer, then make your spot and make sure that you just know where you're running because you only have about 5 seconds usually to, get over there. So, but those
always entertaining watching you run.
It's a production. I should set up the video camera as we're doing our portrait, our annual Christmas card portrait, and I'm sure you get a laugh out of it because it is a little bit of a
especially last year when we used the rooster and the dogs and
the
on the dock.
I think we're going to do it outside this year. I'm going to pull up the tractor out in front. We'll do a.
We've done that one though before.
I know. It's been a while, so.
See, we do it big.
Yeah.
Do it big or go home.
That's right. So anyway, that's my picking on the farm. Just some tips to help you out on the holiday season with the family get-togethers. If you want to get the group picture, these are things to think about. I'm always open to questions. If you have any, you can go to the Ravelry thread for photo questions, and I try and address what I can. If there's more specific, I'll try and answer back. But also to kind of take tips for discussion here on the Picking on the Farm segment. And then lastly, this is wrapping up the Fiber as Art thread. Ends this at the end of September. Mm-hmm. And so the thread will get closed. So this is going up on the last day of September. So if you are listening and you're really anxious, we had a lot of good entries. It's fun watching what people come up with, and it sounds like a lot of people had a great time with that because it's just different mindset. If they have some fun with the yarn,
So we're actually going to do the prizes next week because I didn't want to shut it down today when there's still another day that you could enter. Same with the hatch in it. So they will all close them down Monday morning, the 1st, and then we'll do the prizes next week. Yeah,
the drawings and everything will be on our next podcast, but because of the trip and everything, we're doing things a little early, and so.
So also on the 1st is when the Harvest Cakewalk starts. So get your cakewalk yarn. It doesn't have to be the sincerest, but you get bonus points for that extra entry. And get your creative juices flowing of tying the pattern into a harvest theme. I've had a couple people, mention what they're going to do and how they are going to tie that in.
Well, there's not a whole lot of the sincerest left, right? There's only.
I don't even know if the worst. All the fingering got sold out. I don't know if the worst did. Yeah.
So if you were some of the lucky few that got the sincerest, it's a nice colorway, and there may be some worse. I don't know, but you might want to check because there was only a few left. I think last time you checked, so there might still be some around, but. So if it's still there, buy it. It's good stuff.
All her stuff is good. It's so pretty.
I am a yarn snob. This is good stuff.
Well, maybe I should have wound up your cakewalk, and you could start socks on the trip.
I've got this. I've got.
I've been thinking of other things like.
Well, I still have the cowl shawl thing I want to do for you that I never got started. I'm being over ambitious with my in my head. It goes a lot quicker.
So I'll be opening up a photo thread for when you get done with your cakewalk to enter the projects. Also on October 1st, Knitting Den and Knit Nerd are going to be starting their Pinktober, so I have my yarn wound for that. So I'm going to make pink socks. This is Dawn colorway by Dancing Dog Dye Works. It's a stripy yarn, so it's going to be socks. And I have a pattern, and it's called Twilight, I think, but I'm calling it Twilight into Dawn. This is also going to, and Pinktober is breast cancer awareness, and so Kimberlolly has an awesome awareness and ribbons and lace shawl that you could do for that too. And also this is going to go for Knittables stripy socks, because it's still going to stripe. And it's also, October 1st starts the Sock the Vote with Mail of the Single-Handed Knits. And I'm in the green party, so it has green. So I am so covered in these knit-alongs.
See, that's how you do it. So you only have to knit one project, and you cover all your bases. You just got to buy the right yarn that covers all of the
See, and all your projects can always fit in the Hatchinit, which that'll be, that's start Hatchinit October too. So
excellent.
Yep.
Just gotta work the finer details.
And then Sock Bunny Knit and Fit is still collecting hats and scarves for the men of the homeless shelter at Pinellas Hope. So, and that's August, September, October. Knitting in the Sun, Amanda is still taking hats for hats for the troops, and all this info is in the charity thread plus in their groups. I just got a message from Artist Maybe, and I'm going to read it so I don't mess anything up, and that's Mary, and her daughter school, which is Heritage Wood Secondary School in Port Moody, British Columbia, has had this program since 2007, and her daughter wants to help aid in this charity, which it's called Kodiaks with a Purpose. And her daughter's hoping that her mom could get knitters, to make hats, socks, scarves, mitts, cold winter items. And you can contact Artist Maybe on, Ravelry. All this is in the charity thread group too. You can also contact her teacher, which is Marilyn Nunn. These items can be sent to Mary or the school, so she'll put the address there, or you can PM her for her personal address. So I just wanted to get this out there, because especially it's going to be cold in Canada. That's really cold.
And what is this? This is a drive to get hats and scarves for
the homeless.
Homeless, okay.
Mm-hmm. And they would like to have them on before December 1st so they can get them passed out, to help people warm. So, wonder if you'll be even getting cold. We're still in the hundreds here. Everybody else keeps saying, oh, these cold, they're wearing sweaters. I'm like, as I'm getting sunburned.
We have to turn the air conditioner on so we can wear sweaters.
Yeah, it's still too hot for that. Turn the air conditioner on so I can work out. I did listen to a new audio podcast this week, and it's called Robin's Nest, but it's ROBINZNEST. And she has 3 episodes out, and she talks about her knitting. She discusses her farm animals. She has 2 sheep and how she's wanting to, raise the sheep, to spin, to do a sweater.
Hint, hint.
And,
hint, hint.
and she talks about her 3 I don't know how many grandbabies she had. I wanted to say 3. I don't know why. Just
her grandbabies.
Her grandbabies. Some other crafts, and And the episode that caught my eye was naked chickens. So that's how I found this. I'm like, oh my God, how funny. I have naked chickens too. So,
Some fun.
yeah, she said it's because they're bored, and so we tried to let them out. That didn't work too well. The turkeys and the geese, they weren't nice to them.
Yeah, we have them separated for a reason.
They're still in a huge area where they can free range.
They have a free range area that's the size of a garage, so it's just fenced, and we have it covered so that the crows can't get in the area either.
Yeah,
the turkeys use that as a hammock at night. Yeah. we have netting over the top, and the turkeys and the cochins, well, pretty much the cucamarans get up there in the evening, and they kind of lounge around. It's like a big hammock to them.
Yeah.
And but yeah, so we keep them separate, but they free range, but they're still contained.
Yeah.
But
they're just safe this way. So give that a shot. I've really liked it. I went and downloaded the other ones and listened to those too. And she has a Ravelry group. I already kind of said what the duck, because I follow show notes so well. Roundup, our Hatchinet's rounding up, Fiber Art's rounding up, and
you got one day. If you're catching us on the first day this goes up, day early, then get your entries in.
Yeah.
You got till Monday you got through Sunday evening. Or whenever Dawn gets
until
around.
I lock the thread.
Locking the thread to get your entries in, so get those done.
Yeah. iTunes, wanted to thank for more star ratings and iTunes reviews. Thank you so
always
much.
Appreciated.
Fun to see that. And
helps encourage us to keep going, knowing that you guys are enjoying what you see, even if it's in 3D.
You're just having fun doing that.
I don't know. See what happens. This is what happens. My schedule's off Saturday.
Well, you've
Saturday
had
on the
since
farm.
Thursday off, so my days are totally off. I don't even know what day it is.
Yeah, it's been. She's ready to send me back to work. Huh? Yeah, I know. She likes me here.
Yeah.
I have fun.
You didn't even know what to say just then, did you?
No, I don't. I'm winging it. I'm on the fly.
On the fly. We're not knitting on the fly.
No, we're not. So anyway,
video podcast button. If you make a purchase from Wolf Farms, and in the comments section, put "I'd like a button." I'm watching him grab the cat's tail.
The cat's attacking the box here.
And this is free if you do that. So.
Yep, ask for it. For a video podcast button, and we will send you one free when you place a paid order. So I think that's about it.
I know, because I forgot all about the fall reading, but that's fine. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't want to.
There'll be books next week.
Yeah. You got distracted here.
It's the 3D effect. Ooh. So. Thanks for bearing with us. By the way, thanks for bearing with us.
Each and every week. We torment you.
Yeah.
Now I got a cat attacking my toes.
Always fun here on the farm.
So, until next time, you almost said it.
Let's get cracking.
And knit.